Hi and welcome. I'm Lucy Deanna and I am part of the Synergy 3. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I am here with my two colleagues, Stacy Hendry and Daryl Moss, and we are thrilled to bring you this very important topic, healthy cooking oils. So this is a subject that I've navigated for a long time myself, because the reality is that for many, many years, going back to the early 1900s, we were told that vegetable oils were heart healthy. And science has shown that over the years, cardiovascular disease did not decrease by introducing vegetable oils, but it increased. So I'm here today simply to show you what we use here at Synergy 3 and what we recommend. So I'm going to start with a European favorite, extra virgin olive oil. And I buy mine at Costco's. It is affordable. In fact, it's a phenomenal price. And it's actually, there was a random study done and it scored very high. So that's good for all of us consumers that are penny conscious, because extra virgin olive oil can be quite pricey. So Costco wins that research. And here I have an organic Kirkland. Kirkland is their brand name. They were all out of their regular Kirkland extra virgin olive oil, but that one is actually better than the organic. But I had to make a second choice, so I chose this. So when you go to Costco, or if you know a friend that has a Costco card, ask them to pick you up extra virgin regular olive oil. It does not have to be organic. So that's the good news. I just wanted to tell you that when it comes to olive oil, we are looking for a company that's sourcing from one country, one place. This one here is actually Mediterranean olive oil. So this possibly can be from Greece, from Spain, Portugal, and also Italy. The Kirkland regular olive oil, okay, extra virgin olive oil, is sourced from Italy. So I believe that's why it got a higher rating than their organic one. Okay, so we like it because it's stable and it's healthy and it doesn't damage our cells and our vascular system. So it actually promotes health and especially cardiovascular health. And it's a stable oil. The vegetable oils, as you'll be hearing soon, are not stable and they can easily go rancid. And that is very damaging to our cardiovascular system. So that's a Synergy 3 favorite, extra virgin olive oil. We can use it for a saute. It's actually more stable even in cooking than what they said before, because they're always changing the research. So for a saute, for salad dressings, it's an excellent choice. And I just showed you here, I wanted to try this because Costco has a Tuscan oil. So one region of Italy, I said, it must taste wonderful. I'm going to use it as a finishing oil and in my salad dressings. And this is also from Costco. Moving on, avocado oil. And the brand does matter. Costco carries this Chosen Foods. It's one of my favorite, and I'm glad that they're still carrying it, because I was told maybe they were changing companies, but I found it there. It is cold pressed, the same with the extra virgin olive oils that I didn't mention to you, meaning that it's minimally processed. We don't want our oils processed because they can become more damaging, more easy to damage in cooking. So this is avocado oil. We love to use this as a saute. It has a high burn point, meaning you can even grill with it. You can fry with it. I use it, I have certain Italian delicacies like eggplant parm I make once in a while. And I will use this in frying. It's a little bit pricey, but frying is not a cooking method that we necessarily promote here at Synergy 3. So for for a treat once a year, twice a year, I don't mind personally spending the money. So avocado oil is versatile and can be used in so many different ways. And I especially love it in baking. I find that my cookies and whatever I'm making for the family, a little treat, a little cake, it actually comes very, very fluffy. So I love it. It's great for cooking and great for baking. Then I'm going to move on to coconut oil, which has gotten some bad rap in the media, but it is a medium chain saturated fat, but extremely healthy for us. It's high in something called monolaurin, and it's anti-inflammatory. So we use it. So this is also cold pressed, extra virgin, organic, found in Costco. And it does have a bit of a coconut taste. So if you don't like that, we'll speak more on other types of coconut oil that you can use. But personally, for my cooking, I enjoy mixing this even with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil when I'm sauteing vegetables. If I'm roasting, especially sweet potatoes, I love the combo of the coconut, little flavor, bit mild flavor in the roasted vegetables, and also fabulous for baking. And I use this every morning. An Ayurvedic treatment that I do is I take a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and I swish it in my mouth to get bad bacteria out of my mouth for a fresh breath. So I love doing that. So this is one of my faves, and this lasts a long time. Okay. Now I want to move over to butter, because butter also through the years has gotten a bad rap. But if it's grass-fed, it's actually super healthy for you. If you have a milk allergy, you can use a clarified butter. Also has incredible health benefits and anti-inflammatory. It's called ghee. All right, so the milk proteins are actually cooked out of the butter and you're left with clarified butter. And you might be less sensitive to it if you have a milk allergy. If you don't have a milk allergy, don't be afraid to use also these very stable fats in your food. Grass-fed butter actually has something that in it that feeds our good bacteria in our gut, so it's health promoting. So we're really busting a few myths this morning, so don't leave that out. And lastly, a good cooking spray, our fave, is also avocado oil. And we will talk more about this. Daryl's going to get into sprays, but so let me just repeat that what I said. We have extra virgin olive oil. Our favorite Synergy 3 oils, extra virgin olive oil. We have avocado oil. We have coconut oil. And we have our ghee and our grass-fed butter. And now, Daryl, can you take it from there? Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lucy. And you're showing all of my favorite brands. So I don't know if you've been in my kitchen or not, but everything that I use, you just were demonstrating. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is that the news about olive oil can be or any healthy oil can be confusing, and sometimes it's misleading. So Lucy did a really good explanation about some olive oil. I want to talk about coconut oil because it comes in two different forms, solid, which Lucy showed, and liquid. So both forms are healthy, but not to the same extent. The liquid form is fractionated, meaning that during the processing of it, to have it stay in a liquid form, some of the healthy fatty acids are lost during the separation process. And those fatty acids are very important to the health of the product. It's not unhealthy to use the liquid form, it's just not as healthy. And we like to use food as our medicine. So in my house, for cooking, I'm using the solid form. When it comes to cooking, in general, we want to be ingesting as many nutrients as possible. So lauric acid, which is one of the healthy fatty acids that are lost during the fractionating process, is still present in the solid form, and that has antimicrobial and antibacterial properties. It's good for the digestive system, and some research is showing that it might be able to actually fight antibiotic resistance, which is a huge problem today in this country. In indigenous populations, coconut oil has been associated with better health and longer lives. And studies are ongoing and promising about the effect of lauric acid on LDL and HDL levels and cardiovascular disease. And coconut oil has also been shown to be really effective in dealing with many different skin conditions. So speaking of skin, coconut oil is helpful whether it's solid or liquid. So depending on how you're using it, because you might be blending it with something else, you might want to use one form or the other. But I literally take a little bit of the solid form. I put it in my hands because it melts really quickly, and I use it as a moisturizer on my body. So we are looking for ease in cooking, and many of us want to limit the amount of oil that we're using at any given time. And sometimes we're buying these really big bottles because it's less expensive to buy a bigger quantity, but it can be hard to pour out just a little bit from those heavy bottles. And just like with everything else, as Lucy explained, we do need to read the labels. So we're not here to promote any brands. We're using some of our favorite ones or not favorite ones as examples. So this is the olive oil spray that Lucy showed. And as I just wanted to mention, Lucy mentioned she uses this in cooking and it's good for grilling. I barbecue all year round and I spray a little bit, when the grill is hot, I do spray a little bit of this olive oil on the grill. So the olive oil, I don't know if you can see clearly, but there's only one ingredient in this brand of olive oil spray, and that's avocado oil. And that's what we want. We only want the food that we're eating to be in whatever the packaging is. But in the Pam olive oil spray, there are several ingredients. And other than the olive oil, the rest are not needed and they're not good for you. So we don't have time today to go through an explanation of each one. But the biggest one to watch for is what's called propellant. And propellant includes butane and propane. And yes, those are flammable and they're not normally considered edible. Propane is what's firing the tank on your barbecue. Butane is in a lot of like cigarette lighters. Because they are used at such low levels, the government can, in a cooking spray, the government considers them as safe. However, the amount that's considered a serving size is way less than what most people would be using. So it just doesn't make any sense to me that ingesting either of these is actually safe for us, especially on a repeated basis. And don't get me started about what is legally accepted in food these days. And for those of us who are cost conscious, it's just much cheaper to make our own spray. And obviously compared to Pam and some of the other products that have added ingredients, it's way, way healthier. Spray bottles are widely available online and in retail stores. So you want to look for stores that have a good kitchen department. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Stacy, who has some really important information as well to share.
Thank you, Daryl. So I get to talk about the unhealthy oils, and that's what's shown here. So although many of us grew up with these oils, as Lucy said, the vegetable oil, the canola oil, things have changed. And now these crops that they're using to create the oils are genetically modified. And what that means is that it's manipulated in a laboratory so that usually to make the plant hardier or pesticide resistant. So what that means is that farmers can spray a pesticide right on the crop to kill the bugs and the plant will survive. So I don't know about you, but most people do not want to be eating pesticides from their oil. And also there has not been enough research to know that genetic modification is safe. So these oils are not as good to use as the ones Lucy spoke about. The other issue is that to get the oil out of these crops, they use a super high heat, which makes it very effective to get a lot of oil. But also the high heat introduces trans fats, and those are notorious for negatively impacting heart health, causing free radicals, which is damaging to our cells. And we don't want to be eating the oil that's been highly heated. They also use a chemical called hexane to pull more oil out, and chemicals in our food should really be avoided. Now, canola oil actually contains an overabundance of omega-6 versus omega-3. You want that to be balanced, but if you're eating more omega-6, it leads to chronic inflammation. So these are not heart healthy oils. in any way and should be avoided. And the other thing about these is when you start looking at products like bread and crackers, and if you look at the ingredient list, you're going to see a lot of these oils in those products as well. So you're probably eating more of it than you think. So it's definitely something to be aware of and to avoid. So we hope that you got some information from this webinar and now know which are the best oils. We at the Synergy 3 love to educate people so that they can get to a healthier path in their life. We run group programs. All three of us offer discovery session so that you can talk to us and discuss your own personal health and get some ideas. We run a cleanse and wellness program, which is a whole food based diet, not deprivation, not liquid diet. You eat whole foods that are healthy and are going to support your body. And we run that as a group program, so it's more fun and supportive. We also run a weight loss program called Slim Possible, which also focuses on healthy food, time-saving tips in the kitchen so you have time to prepare, and adopting healthy habits. And we have a diabetes program, which helps to lower blood sugar through diet and lifestyle changes. So those are our programs. Our website is listed there. And the three of us is our contact information. You can email us at the email listed and ask to be put on our email list to get our informative emails. And if you found this video helpful, please comment make some comments below, subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we post other videos, and please share it with your family, friends, people who you care about so that they can have this information as well. So thank you for joining us, and pick some good oils.